Welcome back, episode 17.
17.
It's been a interesting week. So, yeah, I'm not sure where we're going to go. We got a different type of podcast this week. Not different in the sense that we're going to talk about the same stuff, but I didn't get to do as much research as I usually do because my family was sick, so I kind of had to play dad more this week. But that's fine.
Dr. Dad.
Yeah, Dr. Dad. I didn't have to,
double D.
I'm just trying to fill you all in because it's not going to be as focused in one area as it usually is.
It's fine. We got some stuff we need to talk about.
We got a lot of other stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the WWE, which I know most of you don't care about.
Double E. That's more for us, really.
Yeah, but
because
sorry.
we're grown-ass men that love still watch wrestling.
We need y'all to... You're going to have to sit through it. I'm sorry. So we got some corrections like always, but let's go ahead and get into it. Corrections, okay? You asked me what HaHa Clinton Dix's real name is. Are you ready for this?
No.
Hashan Trayshawn Clinton Dix.
Okay.
It's spelled H-A''Sean Treshon Clinton Dix.
Yeah, so definitely go by HaHa.
Yep.
Okay, I got it.
The other correction was we were talking about ties and how they would stand in the rankings, right? So I said 7-8-1 is better than 8-8. What I meant was 7-8-1 would rank above 7-9 because a tie doesn't count as much as a loss. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, I know what you meant.
Well, but I didn't say that. So, Kyle Allen is the backup in Carolina. For some reason, we couldn't remember that.
It doesn't matter, right?
His name's Is
it Kyle?
Yeah, and he's an Allen. So that's...
Sorry if your name's Kyle out there.
Hey, if you're Kyle and you listen to us, hey, thanks for stopping by.
You're an exception to the rule.
We appreciate you. Unless it's Kyle Allen, then we're still kind of talking shit.
I mean, you have such a white bread name.
Well, he is a white bread quarterback.
But he's winning.
Milk toast.
What?
You've never heard that saying? Milk toast?
No.
It's like plain. It's
white bread. Why can't you just say white bread?
I don't know. I heard milk toast one time and I thought I'd go with it. Do you have it? Would you rather this week?
Yeah, I do, but this one's kind of boring.
Ask away.
Would you rather play indoors or outdoors? Football. Let's go football.
Football?
I've
done both.
I'll say, have you played indoors?
The only problem with indoors is I don't like the room. Like, there's not enough room.
It feels like you're in a box?
Yeah, you're really, really close. And it might just be because it's like a 7-on-7. It's hard to...
Oh, you're talking about flag football.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's unorganized, mainly because our team was unorganized, and maybe if you had scripted plays, it would be better. But I am not a very good, at least in my sports, in the football sense, ad-lib is not my thing. Give me a route to
structure.
Run. Give me something to do, because I can do that.
See, now I'm the opposite. Like basketball... I always hated when the coach would draw up plays.
Yeah, don't draw me a play in basketball.
You want a screen? Call for one.
Right.
I'll come give you one.
But football is something about... That's probably why I was better at receiver than corner. Because I need the direction.
I have a funny moment about that, actually, basketball. Uh-huh. So, I played in 6th grade.
Sure, I did too.
We had like a little... At the end of elementary school, we had like city tournament or whatever.
Oh, we didn't do that.
And we were in the playoffs or whatever. And so... We had one kid that he was our quarterback. He was the best basketball player. Yeah. He's our pitcher in softball. Like he was everything. So every play was resolved. Thank you. What is going on? English. I don't speak it. Anyway, so the play was essentially just like kind of hang out.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there. It's that one where everybody's in a line.
Yep.
And I was like, so if I just sneak out and book it to the basket, is he going to give me the ball? Sure enough. So I won the game. Yeah.
Oh.
But here's my coach. Here's how much of an asshole my coach was. Like, he was giving me an attaboy, but he's like, yeah, but you laid the ball up with the wrong hand. I was like, it's a game winner. I'm going up with the hand I'm confident
I have a question. So your coach was like, that was a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I won the game.
We're going to talk more about this later, but Zion buries a 3, and you're like, yeah, but it was an ugly jumper.
He has an ugly jump shot.
Did it go in?
Yeah, it went in.
Count as 3 points?
I mean, it's better than Sean Marion's. I'll give you that.
It's better than Lonzo's.
Yeah. Who would you rather have taken 3s, though? Lonzo?
Okay. Anyway, we'll talk more about Zion later.
I will say, at least he had the confidence. Speaking of confidence, we got to talk about Ben Simmons here in a little bit.
You're right.
Why don't we just talk about him now? Let's talk about him now.
All right, we'll run it.
For those of you that don't know,
Ben Simmons
broke the world.
The whole internet shut down.
Not only did he pull up for it was a deep 3.
It was a Steph Curry 3.
Buried it.
He buried it. But I still have one problem. He had to shoot it.
Why?
Because the quarter was running down.
But he pulled up with full confidence.
But the quarter was running down. He didn't take it because he wanted to. I mean, he dribbled the clock out and pulled up.
He could have passed it.
But what I'm saying is, The only 3-pointers he's ever attempted in his
like
career
that?
are at the end of quarter or shot clock when he had to shoot it. He has not taken a jumper with 12 seconds left to go in the shot clock.
But maybe this is
but he hit it.
And in all summer we've been seeing him pulling
It
up.
looked good, dog.
Yeah,
And
I'm telling you, right, I'm gonna put the whole NBA on notice. Ben Simmons can start hitting threes at like a 35-ish
no, 30%. One out of every
clip.
three.
76ers are going to the finals.
Oh, they're gonna go. Stephen A. says if he develops a jump shot, a reliable jump shot, the Sixers are winning a title this year.
Who's stopping that 76ers team? Because you got LeBron.
Everybody on the starting five is over 6'5".
He's gonna make LeBron look small.
Dog.
Because who's guarding Ben Simmons? It's LeBron James.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
LeBron
got Anthony
will have to
Davis.
bring his whole lunch pail to deal with that.
And Anthony Davis will be on Joel Embiid.
Who's gonna guard Al Horford?
Exactly. Boogie, dust him off. Oh wait, you're still hurt.
That's so sad. Anyway, hey, look.
That's what he gets.
Ben Simmons
for ring chasing.
Tim Duncan had more career 3-pointers than Ben Simmons. Still does, technically.
And Tim Duncan hit
I
one of
think
the most
Shaq
clutch
has
threes
one. On accident.
No, he was supposed to shoot it.
We talking about the double clutch?
Yeah.
In the playoffs?
The one where he was wide open?
Oh, no. I'm talking about the one where he was like,
Oh,
like,
no, I'm talking about the one he literally, that Pop drew it up. I'm telling you, Tim Duncan was the most selfless player I think that's ever played.
Sure. Absolutely.
Because he sacrificed, he could have been, I mean, he is the best power forward of all time, right?
Yeah, I'd have to say. Can't really argue that.
In Pop's system, you have to sacrifice parts of, like Manu. Manu was a starting two for most of his career.
Yeah, but he came off the bench.
But he was
you know what Manu is not?
A top 50 NBA player of all time?
Top 40.
Top 100.
Yeah, he could be top 100, sure.
No. I'm
not.
definitely, if I'm building an all-time team, which by the way, my track record is horrendous.
That's true.
But I'm still taking
Emphasis
Jamal.
on war.
I'm taking Jamal Crawford first.
Right, like
I'll even take Lou Williams over Manu.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet Lou?
Yeah.
I just can't believe that. We got to get away from that list. Anyway, so fun fact. I guess we didn't break it down. I do want to play outside. I would much rather play outside.
I don't know. The only thing that about indoors that interests me is you eliminate weather as an excuse.
That, and you are a little faster on turf.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. But you also get turf toe.
You get turf toe on grass too.
I know,
but you know what you do get is turf burn.
Ow.
You ever been tackled on turf?
No.
That shit sucks.
I've been tackled on
you know how you get asphalt in rocks in your burns outside? Same shit, but it's pieces of rubber. It's gross.
Does it hurt?
Yeah. It's a different kind of burn, man.
Pull your socks up.
No, that's what happens when you get tackled and they slide down.
Does that not count?
No.
Okay. Wear two socks. On each foot.
Indoor's fun. There's pluses and minuses to both, but I'd rather play outside. And even if it's 7-on-7, I still rather play outside.
Plus, football just feels like it's meant to be played outside.
Yeah.
Like outside.
So, fun fact.
Here we go.
Christian McCaffrey has more yards by himself than the entire Jets offense.
I've seen that he has more yards than Ezekiel Elliott and Todd Gurley combined.
Yeah, that was my next fun fact.
That's gross.
Bonus fun fact, okay? The Minnesota Twins have been swept out of 4 consecutive playoff series.
Yep.
They haven't lost 16, that's 16 games, okay? They haven't lost 16 regular season games in a row in 100 years in the regular season.
They are not a good playoff team.
As soon as they got into the playoffs, they've lost 16 consecutive playoff games in a row. They haven't done that in the regular season in 100 years.
I think it's like what is it, like 13, like they've lost like the last 16 overall playoff series that they've been in. 13 of those were the Yankees.
That sucks.
They don't want to see the Bronx Bombers.
Speaking of them, does that series start?
No, but tonight it might have. But I as a Yankees fan, I did not want to see the Astros.
Well, you didn't have a choice.
I know, but I was like, come on, Rays.
Did the Rays get swept too?
They took them to 5.
Really?
Yeah, the Rays were a lot better than I thought they were.
Can we talk about how Justin Verlander makes more than the entire Rays starting lineup?
Screw Justin Verlander.
Wow.
You watch Garrett Cole.
He's amazing.
Like the last 11 starts, he's had at least 10 strikeouts.
Is that good?
Yeah. You only have 27 outs in a baseball game.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm saying 10 of them.
Well, if it was 14, I'd be more impressed. That's half.
Wow. but still, his movement,
dog.
He threw a 99-mile-an-hour pitch in the 7th inning a couple games ago. 7th inning. Now, I don't know how many baseball fans are out there, but that is impressive.
That's good. That's not bad.
I mean, like, if you can literally pitch 7 innings and still tickle 100 miles an hour.
The part that I think is hard would be being able to control yourself that much.
To throw that with that velocity and stuff, control?
No. Oh. To decide in the first inning, I'm going to throw 80 here. I'm going to turn up to 94 here.
But see, that's the thing. Good catchers help you out with that a lot, too. Where catcher knows a pitcher. He knows what you're good at, what you're not good at. Like, good catchers. That's why some pitchers have certain catchers that play the game.
That's too finicky for me. Stop it.
No, you just have good rhythm.
Right, but just go out and throw the ball,
It's like a good wide receiver, good quarterback combo.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Speaking of... Well, we'll get to that later.
If a catcher knows how to call you as a pitcher, you want him out there.
I feel you.
Because you don't want to have to be out there, shaking him off the whole time.
But all right, look, we got to talk about something, Doug.
I'm listening.
If I say Orenthal James, do you know who that is?
Yeah, it's OJ.
Dog, how did nobody tell me his name was Orenthal?
Arguably one of the greatest running backs of all time.
His name is Orenthal. He did it, dog. Like... What were you... Where? So she sneezed and that's what came out of her mouth, right?
Orenthal? I think it was... I know the origin of his name, but I just can't remember.
That was a good word, origin.
I think he's like... I can't remember, but
it's not good.
It comes from somewhere.
Yeah,
His mom named him after somebody.
Oh.
Might have been his grandfather.
Either way, Orenthal's not a good name.
Either way, nobody knows him. Nobody even remembers he played football.
It's true. Oh, I heard it on Undisputed. I think Shannon Sharp threw it out there. He was like Orenthal James. I was like, who is Orenthal?
I don't know, but the one thing I will say is the juice is loose. So
okay. So last week you said,
"Oh man,
you think the Pelicans are going to make the
playoffs."
So I took So this is somebody's prediction for the Western Conference seeding. Okay.
Here we go.
So. It's not ESPN. It's just a random dude. Not random, but he works for a sports website, okay? This is just... I want you to get an idea of the teams in the West, okay? Clippers 1. That's wrong, but okay. Clippers 1 for obvious reasons. The Nuggets at 2. That's kind of high. I don't know where you get that.
They're a 4 or 5.
They might try harder in the regular season.
No, they're 4 or 5.
The Lakers at 3.
I don't like that.
The Lakers would be 2 or 1. Jazz, dog. The Jazz are going to be good.
Yeah,
the Jazz are going to be really good.
Who did they pick up this
Bogdanovich and
yeah, that's right.
And Mike Conley.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Houston at 4 or 5. Sorry, excuse me. Not bad. Portland at 6. They're always good. Portland's just always good.
Yeah, until they get to the playoffs.
That's fine. They're gonna
playoffs.
Golden State at 7.
I don't know.
Golden State's gonna be 7. San Antonio getting their point guard back at 8.
Patty Mills.
No, DeJounte Murray.
No.
Then you've got the Mavericks, the Pelicans, and the Kings left. The Kings are going to be better. They almost made it last year. New Orleans is going to be better, obviously. And Dallas has Luka and Kristaps.
If he doesn't get arrested.
No, he won't get arrested. He's cleared for that.
He is?
Last I heard.
I didn't hear anything about it.
For
those of you that don't know, somebody came out and accused him of sexual misconduct.
What is... Anyway... So
what is sexual misconduct?
No, I know.
I don't. What is it?
It's misconduct of the sexual variety.
Come on, really? That's like saying, like, yeah, I know what that word means, but do you want it? You say it. You say what.
But anyway, I don't see how the Pelicans make the playoffs with those teams, dog. There's no way.
I think they make it.
They're too young.
Nope, I don't.
So wait, you think they make it, but you hate Zion? Explain that.
I don't hate Zion.
You do hate Zion.
He's overrated.
But look at it.
Take away his dunking. What does he do well?
He shoots, and he makes his body control is unbelievable for a dude that big.
Who's he played against?
Rudy Gobert.
Really? He played a whole game. He played a whole game against Rudy Gobert.
No, but he played 1v1.
Rudy Gobert. No, I want to see him. I want to see what he looks like against Draymond Green.
Draymond Green's gonna get bullied, dog.
You're right. All right, but that was the first power forward that popped in my head. But no, Anthony Davis. What's he doing against Anthony Davis?
Okay,
he's gonna go like this. All you're gonna hear in the background. as he blocks his shot.
No, because Zion can go up and he's got great body control. He'll up and under. He'll pump fake.
I will give it to
Nobody
you.
has a
For
quicker
a
second bounce than
400-pound
him.
man, he has a pretty good control of his body. But it's been preseason this whole time.
I know.
He hasn't played against anybody.
I just told you he played against the defensive player of the year and got a rebound.
Rudy
and a
wasn't trying. It's preseason. Rudy was like,
Rudy got out of the way because
because he's like,
because Rudy Gobert's 185 pounds and Zion outweighs him by 100.
No,
a full bill.
That's not even talking about his nuts. Zion's got some balls, bro. Like I will give him one. I will definitely give him one thing. When he is driving to the lane, get in my way.
Did you see his ball handling?
He looks.
He made a couple good passes.
Remember like LeBron, like, well, of course you do, like peak LeBron when like he would just barrel down the lane.
Yeah, when shit you could do about it.
And that's what he kind of reminds me of. But don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing the two.
No. It's just that one trait of
that one trait of his.
But
is
what
similar.
I'm saying is, you gotta give it. I agree. He's absolutely overhyped, 100%. But he's playing decent. He's playing better than I thought he would.
But he's not playing like everyone acts like he's playing. Everyone acts like he's God's gift to basketball, and everyone knows, no, he's not, because he wears 23 in Chicago.
That's fair. He was God's gift to basketball, but God's given us many gifts to basketball.
Remember, according to Skip, he could dust them off and beat LeBron right now.
Well, that was a few years ago. We'll talk about Skip. Hey, speaking of, look, we shit on Dak Prescott a lot, right? That's
not his name. His name is Rain.
All right, we shit on Rain a lot, and mostly, I promise you, 90% of it is because of Skip. Like, if I could pick today between Dak Prescott and Mitch Trubisky, I would take Dak.
Yeah,
it wouldn't even flinch. So I don't want people to get the wrong impression that, oh my god, these guys.
Speaking of which, before you get into this, they did a redraft of that draft. They had
I didn't get to see the whole thing.
It was the Browns took Mahomes. Niners took Watson
at 2,
and you guys took Myles Garrett.
Yeah, we definitely would have.
But my only problem with that is if you take Garrett, you don't get Khalil Mack.
In my world, we still get Khalil Mack. So bookend Khalil Mack with Myles Garrett. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, go ahead. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah,
saw that.
I did see that
because it makes me cry that we literally bulked on both of them. Both our teams.
Yeah, both. We traded up.
We swindled you guys. Although we didn't swindle you because then we took Solomon Thomas, who is where right now?
On your bench.
Yeah.
Listen, why but I'm telling you, we traded up. The Chiefs traded up to get Mahomes. We traded up to get Trubisky.
Who won there? The Bears, right? Chase Daniels, huh?
It's not his name. And Deshaun Watson went 12, 2 picks after Mahomes. And Deshaun Watson's a freaking... Like, if Mahomes didn't exist, Deshaun Watson's the guy.
He's beating him in certain areas.
Few.
Total touchdowns, that might be it.
No.
Yeah, he is.
In total touchdowns, maybe.
Yeah, because Watson's got 14 and Mahomes has 11.
Yeah.
Speaking of your boy Mahomes,
he's
played like shit the last 2 weeks. What's going on?
2 weeks.
What's going on?
2 weeks?
Yeah.
1 week.
No, last 2 weeks combined, he has 1 touchdown.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, because they lost to...
It was that dot he threw.
Like, that's the thing, though. That wasn't tight end, that was a receiver. But that rollout, he scrambled 50 yards of that play. He's running backwards, rolls, oh no, there's a lineman, spins, runs the other way, comes back up the field and throws it on a frozen rope, 30 yards. It was unbelievable.
I hope it's just temporary.
Him not playing well?
Yeah, because playing well is really fun to watch.
It's not just him. Travis Kelce dropped a lot of passes. Sammy Watkins was hurt, so he didn't have Sammy or
he still doesn't have Tyreek Hill.
LaShawn McCoy had a fumble, I think. And again, he didn't play great. I'm not defending. I'm just saying there's a lot of reasons he didn't play well.
Well, he doesn't have his weapons.
Right, and his Eric Fisher, the left tackle's out, so he's getting a lot more pressure, which obviously he can move fine. He has an ankle injury.
But if you're constantly running for your life...
Right, there's a lot of reasons.
I mean, you could say that, but then you see Deshaun Watson running
for
his life, or...
when he gets protected.
Russell Wilson.
Right.
Some of those plays, you didn't see him.
When? Against the Rams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, well,
the Rams
you said you didn't. Okay.
Well, that was
some
before.
of his escapability.
Yeah.
Is fucking insane.
Doc, doesn't make any sense. He's so slippery.
I hate him because he's in our division.
Yeah, you have to.
Is that how you felt about Brett Favre?
And Aaron Rodgers. We had him back to back.
Yeah, you didn't even have a break.
None. And we had Jay Cutler.
But
Cutler.
you also got Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, so that's
true. The Eagles play Minnesota this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
I think so.
I'll tell you what.
The game of the week.
Listen, I owe your whole family that's in the league right now, a fantasy league, an apology. I'm sorry I'm so bad.
We thought for sure we were going to take it over.
Man.
And we've been destroyed.
I think we're both 1-4 right now.
The last game I played, I got outscored. My entire team got outscored by 3 players. My final score was 110.6. With 3 players, she had 110.75. Deshaun Watson had 40 points. Christian McCaffrey had 40, and she had a receiver with 23.
So if you have Christian McCaffrey, you're pretty much just going to win, right?
I thought that was going to be.
I saw something a quarter through the year. They said, "Who's your MVP?"
Mm-hmm.
Quarter through the year, Christian McCaffrey or Patrick Mahomes. Who impacts your team more? I guess, but
Mahomes.
Yeah, but who's the most valuable to their team right now?
Right now, it's McCaffrey, CMC.
I like him.
No, I like Chris McCaffrey.
You know what I keep forgetting? You know who his dad is?
Ed McCaffrey.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
I'm like, crap. For those of you that don't know, he used to play wide receiver for the Broncos.
Broncos, yeah. Won Super Bowls.
Won a Super Bowls?
One, Super Bowls. He won Super Bowls with the
I
Broncos.
misheard you.
Freaking. Hey, so what were we talking about, Doug? I got a list. We were talking about Dak, and then we got all sidetracked.
We did. Let's go back to fucking Reigns.
So, Mr. Prescott, right? I promise you, we only shit on him because of Skip. And the other reason is...
I will say one thing. It's not just Skip. I do feel like sometimes him playing in Dallas, he gets a little overhyped. Because it's America's team, which, by the way... Name one Cowboys fan you've ever met in your life.
I've never met a Cowboys fan.
Thank you.
No, never.
Yeah, never.
Okay, but here's the thing. The other reason we shit on Dak is expectations. Because people heap all these expectations. Like Cowboys, like in the offseason, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's much improved. Like, the bottom line is this. He can be a good quarterback and not be elite. And he can be good in some areas and still be...
It's like before the year started, we were talking about tiers.
He might be a tier 2 now.
He might be a cusp of tier 2 trickling on a tier 3. Like, he's your starting quarterback. Like, you're not going to pick up a guy to replace Dak Prescott with.
Right.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
I just want to defend him a little bit because I am going to shit on him here in a minute.
Oh, are you talking about...
the Packers game?
Yeah.
That's the only game I got to watch this week.
Good game to pick.
So, it was a good one to pick. So, the other thing is, Doug Gottlieb... I think nails this on the head.
I love Doug Gottlieb.
He called... sometimes he's an idiot, though.
Well, they all are.
Well, yeah.
Colin Cowherd? I love Colin Cowherd. Sometimes he just says dumb shit.
Anyway, Doug Gottlieb said, Dak Prescott is Draymond Green. He's a superstar role player, but if you ask him to lead the team, you're going to lose.
Okay.
And I think that's perfect.
What's going on in Dallas right now? Why aren't they running the ball?
They got behind by 28 points.
No, but you can't give up on it.
Yes, they can. Why? I know you're not supposed to technically give up on the run game, but they in their mind, you can't come back running the ball like that.
You're right. It's a lot easier to come back when you're throwing the ball a lot, but do you trust Dak Prescott to lead you back by himself?
Nope. So here's the thing. I watched that whole game from opening kickoff till it was over. I think there was a drive. I think Green Bay got the ball first, didn't do anything with it. Dallas got the ball and they're driving. There was his first down, actually. They throw the ball on first down. And Zeke, in the first half, averaged 6 yards per carry, by the way. So, just in case people want to say that Zeke wasn't playing well, he averaged 6 yards per carry.
I'm sure that's something that Skip had to say.
Yeah, he's worried about his running back. But I saw the game going well. So they were running. Amari was one-on-one with Jair Alexander, maybe? Or one of their other corners. He's running a post, and he burned the corner. Burned him. The safety, Savage, is too far, so there's hashes, right? And Cooper's coming into the hashes. The corner's on his back. Probably a yard, 2 yard separation. Pretty good separation.
Which is a lot
right,
in football.
A lot in the NFL. And Savage is way over here, right? Dak steps into the throw and rifles it right to Cooper. If Cooper catches it, he's going in for a touchdown. But the ball was on his back shoulder. So Cooper had to was running full speed and had to kind of reach back, and he bobbled the ball. It gets picked off. It goes the other way. Green Bay scores. Well, not on that play, but
they score on that drive.
They score on the next offensive drive. After that, there was a lot of confidence, I think, lost in Green Bay or in Dallas because it was a rough play. Cooper is honestly, two things can be true, right? Dak threw a bad ball, but Amari still should have caught it. You know what I mean? Like,
are you one of those people that if you touch it, you should catch it?
Almost, yes. Because you're a receiver. It's what you're paid to do.
No, I'm not arguing with that. I was just curious.
And some catches are more difficult than others.
That one, for instance.
He was sprinting one way, and the ball hit him on his back shoulder, so he had to reach back. If you watch the highlight, it looks like a bad throw. He still could have caught it and should have. He wouldn't have scored if he catches it because the way it was placed, he would have fallen down. But my point is that Dak has been killing it this year, and he's put up all these great numbers. But this is where he's wrong. This is where it's off. Just by if he throws that ball in front, it's a touchdown, and you're up 7-0. It's a big play, and you're getting that momentum.
This is his third year, right?
Yeah, he threw 3 interceptions. Skip claims he threw 1.
Why? Because he dropped it.
Yep.
He wouldn't have dropped it if he threw it where you were supposed to.
That's my argument. Is that yes. He could have caught, but both things are true. He should have caught it, but it was a bad throw. Both things are true.
It's the same instance as last week when he threw it behind the wide receiver instead of throwing it in front of him.
Yes, it's happened twice now. And Skip's like, well, it's the receiver's fault.
It's not always the receiver's fault.
Your quarterback has to help you there. The other interception
the quarterback's the one that throws the ball.
The other one was a really bad one. They were already down 14-0. It might have been 21-0 at this point because Dallas had a rough start. And they're running crossing patterns, but it looked like man, but they had switched to cover 2. And so he was following, I think it was Gallup, across the formation. And he throws it to Gallup, but the other corner was covering the running back in the flats, was watching the quarterback, and just dropped off the running back and picked off. It was a great play by the defense. And it was a bad throw. He shouldn't have thrown it. And that was his second interception. And his third one was, it was late in the game, they're driving, and Gallup is running.
At this point, the game was over, though, right?
I mean, Dallas had scored and it was making a run, quote unquote. It still ended 31-26 or 31-24 or whatever it was. It was a 10-point game. But Gallup is running, and he's running a curl. So he's running, and the corner is beating the crap out of him, slapping him, and it's physical play. There probably could have been pass interference, but they didn't call it. And Gallup turns out of his break. So, for example, he's on the right side of the field, and he's running up, and he curls to the inside of the field, right?
Okay.
Dak threw the ball 3 feet to the outside.
So it was a bad throw.
And he got picked off, right?
Of course.
Well, Skip's like, the receiver got knocked off his route. That happens.
Yeah. So the corner's supposed to let you run your
right.
route?
What do you mean? He's like, it should have been pass interference, but it wasn't. And there have been 27, I believe, 27 challenges on pass interference. How many have been overturned?
I saw the number. It's 3, right?
It's it's single digits. 3. It's 1, 2, or 3.
Since week 3, they're 0 for 21 or something.
Yeah, they just haven't overturned them. And so, but they probably wouldn't have overturned the call on that specific play because they haven't been overturning them.
Right.
And plus, Garrett was out of challenges because he made a challenge earlier in the game that didn't go his way, and then Cooper made an amazing catch on the sidelines. In real time, it didn't look like he caught it. It was like a Mario Manningham play on the sidelines. Beautiful catch.
Had to slow it down to really realize.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great play on his part. A great throw by Dak. He made a couple of those. But there was a lot of plays where Skip's and obviously it's his team, so he's going to make excuses and stuff. But he's like, oh man, if this play right here happens, Dallas comes back, and if this play happens in this play. But the thing is, you can play if with any
forever.
Game. You can if forever. And there was a specific play. It was after Amari dropped the ball. It was in the second quarter. They ran a beautiful out and up. It was just some single coverage. He goes out, Dak pumps it, corner bites hard, and Cooper's running free. And I think the throw was just a hair over, and he had to really reach and bring it in, and he stumbled and fell. It was a 40-yard gain. They ended up punting on the drive. But it was like a 40-yard gain.
I saw that play you're talking about, yeah.
He fell. And Skip's like, well, if he catches that clean, he's gone.
Well, then tell your quarterback to make a better throw.
But his excuse was he was so afraid of dropping it again. He looked it all the way in, and he carried himself over the top, and that's why he fell.
It wasn't because he had to overextend and put his body out of momentum, took him down?
Right. Well, no, because his quarterback's perfect. He had 330 yards passing in the second half.
See, and this is why
31-3.
This is why we hate on Dak so much.
Right, because you do stupid stuff like that.
To take it away a little bit from Dak, that defense played like shit.
Garbage, terrible.
That running game I thought Dallas had a top flight defense. That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
What happened?
So from what I saw, so first of all, Leighton Vander Esch, who played amazing last year.
Yeah.
Do you know his nickname?
Do I want to?
Yes.
What is it?
Bro, they call him the Wolf Hunter.
Get out of here.
I don't know why, but it's such a cool name. I don't know what he did to earn it. If somebody knows, please enlighten me.
You know where he's from?
Idaho.
Yeah, you know it specifically?
Boise.
Coeur d'Alene.
What?
Coeur d'Alene.
What is that?
It's a city. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Why do you know that?
Don't worry about it.
Alright, anyway.
You can know dumb facts, but I can't? Come on.
I don't think my facts are that dumb.
Mine are. Anyway, go ahead.
So, anyway, he can't tackle. He's gone from being this... Him and Jalen play sideline and sideline. They're super fast and athletic linebackers. They're scary good. But what he's doing now is he's overrunning the play. Running backs are they're cutting back on him and just having open lanes. And Aaron Jones manhandled the absolute crap out of Jalen Smith twice, bro. Stiff-armed him and threw him. It was amazing.
It makes me sad for Jalen.
It does make me sad for Jalen. But
that's what you get for going to Notre Dame.
They're just missing tackles. The linebackers are over pursuing, and I don't know. Dallas didn't look good. DeMarcus Lawrence wasn't around. The other one, Robert Quinn, didn't show up. There was one play. Aaron Rodgers rolled out, he had pressure from his left side, and he ducked the guy, ducked the guy, and he starts to curl, and he throws this pass on the sideline, bro. It was unbelievable. He made some Patrick Mahomes type moves. Aaron Rodgers
isn't super duper uber athletic, but he makes some plays.
He's good enough, and he doesn't have any.
He's shifty.
He didn't have any wide receivers, Doug. None.
No, they let Randall Cobb go.
Devontae Parker was hurt.
Wait, Devontae Parker?
Yeah. No.
Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams. I apologize.
You threw me off. I was like, huh? There's a trade I didn't know about.
He's got a lot of young receivers. Valdez Scantling is a third-round pick.
You can't just make up names, dog.
So, what I'm saying, it all boils down to this. The Packers and running back Aaron Jones dominated the game. He had 4 rushing touchdowns, 107 yards rushing. Dak, once again, is now 1-9 when Zeke doesn't rush for 75 yards. So...
But is this what I'm saying? Listen, Skip. Your quarterback can't be elite if he doesn't play well without a running game.
Well, he can be elite if he throws for 300 yards in the second half.
Did you win?
Nope.
Then what's it matter?
Well, we were on our way. A couple plays.
On your way.
If the kicker makes that field goal, all we need is an onside kick.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's what I'm saying. It's ifs and buts were... What's that saying?
Cheese and nuts? I don't know. I just made up something.
If ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. Anyway,
it's true.
The other thing was, so Tom Brady they played on Thursday against the Giants.
Yep.
So the Patriots won. Shocker.
Daniel Jones does not look great anymore.
Well, he threw 3 interceptions.
He threw the ugliest interception I've ever seen.
Really? I didn't see it.
Bro, there were no Giants players within 15 to 20 yards.
Oh, God.
So he was getting ready to sack. He was getting ready to take the sack, and right. I guess he changed his mind.
And just swung it up
and
there.
he just heaved it up, and literally it looked like they were playing catch. Have you ever seen 2 little kids play catch where the ball's just in the air?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
So, Shannon Sharp was saying that Tom Brady didn't play very well. I mean, he looked terrible in the first half.
I didn't see anything.
I
know he passed Peyton Manning.
He did.
Passing yards.
Can you guess the route? He
probably a check down.
Yep, running back ran a 2-yard route, took it 20 yards. That was the route that passed Peyton Manning.
I don't like that he had to play 3 extra years to do it.
Well, not really, because he missed one.
So did Peyton.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a nice try.
I tried. Look, I don't really care about the stupid Tom Brady anyway, but it boils down to this, right? So Shannon Sharp was saying that Tom Brady didn't play well. He got an F. He didn't throw any touchdowns. I think he threw an interception. He had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Saw that.
Tom Brady has 3 rushing touchdowns this year.
More than a lot of people.
A lot of people, which is disgusting. oh, Tom Brady at 42 years old still found a way to get done. Also, Skip Bayless called him the greatest sneak quarterback of all time.
He is pretty good at the sneak, bro. Like, it always, when they sneak, it always works. Have you ever seen Tom Brady get stuffed at the line?
No. Have you ever seen a sneak get stuffed at the line, though?
Yeah.
Like, really, though?
Yeah. That one time.
Yeah. What I'm saying is you shouldn't ever get stuffed at the line.
No, but he does it a lot.
Right, but...
Like, if it's 4th and inches, they're always going for it.
All right, if it's 4th and inches, you can have Tom Brady or Cam Newton to quarterback sneak. Who are you taking?
Cam, because he can just reach and get it. Over his center, it's like, first down.
He doesn't even get tackled. He just
move the chains, boys.
Like...
He gets it in the knees. You're like, hey, first down.
Like, Cam can pick up his center and get the first down.
You know what? I've been thinking about what you said in your little fantasy world that Cam comes to Chicago. Yeah. You know how excited I would be if that happened?
I would be.
We'd go to a Bears game.
100%. We'll record from the Bears game.
Yeah. Look, coming now, I'm so excited right now. Number one,
Cam Newton.
That'd be the only quarterback they've ever had that's legit.
He'll be over 30 though.
So?
I just imagine him throwing passes down.
So then you do that, right? You just uncork it. You let him uncork it. And then you just give Trubisky away to somebody? I'll give him to you for half a ham sandwich. He's like, you know what?
Half a ham sandwich and some Lay's.
Half a ham sandwich, but I'm not putting cheese on it. You're like, give me it.
Who would take him? Good old
somebody would take him.
Somebody would take him, right?
Somebody would take Trubisky.
He's not even
because he's young enough where he still has potential.
Yeah,
it's not like Eli where no one's taking Eli.
1,000 years old.
Oh, he's for sure gonna cash checks on the sidelines, giggling to himself now like Daniel Jones had 6. Anyways,
so back to Tom Brady, but basically he didn't have a great game.
Good.
There's a lot of he was like 31 of 41 for 330 yards, no touchdowns, which isn't terrible, right?
31 for 41's not bad.
No, but
for him to check it down all the time.
Right, it's all check downs. He literally didn't push the ball down the field at all.
He never does.
Skip said he didn't have a good game because it was very windy. It was 30-mile-an-hour winds in New England.
Whatever, it could be a 3-mile-an-hour wind and he's not throwing the ball down the field. Excuse me.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, you know who could throw in 30-mile-an-hour winds? Patrick Mahomes. Because when he throws, it makes 30-mile-an-hour winds.
He wouldn't even lose a zip. He needs a zip.
But Tom Brady can't because it's like a duck. Just
how many more years do you really give him?
This one.
Tom, you think?
Yep. Him and Drew.
I think Drew Brees is done.
Well, the injury might make Drew play another year.
I don't know, man. He looked so tired last year.
Yep.
Like his passes, especially the outside,
weak.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about?
Well, look, if that pass interference wouldn't have happened, the Saints would have been in the Super Bowl,
and they would have won or something.
I don't think so.
What do you think? So?
All I think is
we do have our sometimes third co-host. She's still sick and she can't really sleep for very long because her nose gets stuffed up. So
might I just say, most quiet co-host she'll ever have.
Well, she's just taking it all in right now.
Yeah, she's forming her opinion. She has no idea what we're talking about, but she'll
get there.
Yeah.
What do you think? Anyway, I'm going to get distracted if I look at her too long. Anyway.
San Francisco.
So, I owe you an apology.
What's up?
The 49ers beat the absolute shit out of the Browns. You specifically said, when the Niners win, I owe you an apology, so this is me apologizing. My bad. I thought your team was a fake, and apparently they're for
real. But the real Niners are coming. Because we haven't played anybody in our division yet.
Here's the thing, bro. You are really down on your team. And rightfully so, you should be.
Because we're 5-0.
Yeah, 4-0.
We haven't played anybody.
4-0. You had an early bye.
You're right. We haven't played anybody in our division yet.
Yeah.
And the fact that Arizona has beat us the last 8 times. Yeah.
That's not real.
The last 8, that means
Arizona won 4 games last year.
4, yeah. 2 of them were against us. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. But, yeah, I know. Listen, it's not, the defense is playing so much better than I thought we were going to. Sure. I knew we had the pieces, but I didn't know we'd come together. Right. Our defensive coordinator is killing it. Mainly because he used to coach for Seattle, probably. But anyway,
stop it.
He gets fired up on the sidelines.
Does he?
Oh, hell yeah.
He's a defensive coordinator.
Bosa's starting to play well.
Yeah.
Played well in one game.
Well, he played well because he wanted to beat up Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I love the plant.
The flag plant. The fake flag plant.
But The thing that still scares me is our offense. I still don't trust Jimmy G.
Matt
Breida played well.
Did you know Matt Breida has 2 of the 3 fastest recorded miles per hour in the last 3 years? Yeah, in game. 22.3 miles an hour he hit. The only person faster is Tyreek Hill.
The only thing about, like I said, the only thing about San Francisco that scares me is our offense, and not even just our offense, mainly our passing game.
Yeah,
because we've got weapons, we've got Goodwin, we've got Pettis, we've got weapons, but it's Garoppolo. A lot of the interceptions that he's thrown this year were his fault.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball too damn hard.
Too hard, or the double coverage, or I don't know.
I don't know, man. Everybody loves your team, bro.
This is what I don't like when San Francisco's good.
No.
All these fans... Bro, when we went to the Super Bowl that year against Baltimore, you know how many San Francisco 49er fans I ran into?
No,
Where were you during the Alex Smith days?
Alex Smith isn't bad.
He's not?
No. He's just game manager Alex.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, like, Colin Cowherd's picking him to win games. Like, a lot of the talking people like him.
Yeah. Where were they at before the year started?
Yesterday.
Where were they at before the year started?
I don't know.
They weren't anywhere. They're bandwagon. All of them. Did you hear what Richard Sherman said? So if you were down on us before the year started, shut up.
You hear about what else Richard Sherman said?
What was up with that Baker Mayfield thing? What was up with that? I didn't understand.
He was mad because Baker Mayfield didn't shake his hand.
He did shake his hand.
Yeah. I know.
What was he? I don't know what he was talking about.
So when you see him shake his hand, it's before the game.
Yeah.
Right? So they dap up, but if you notice, Richard they slap hands, and Sherman hugged everybody except Baker. Slapped hands, move on. Baker hugged everybody except Sherman because Richard Sherman doesn't like Baker.
Why?
I don't know. Just doesn't. His attitude.
Is it because his name is Baker?
No. Well,
probably. Was it the preseason mustache?
No, it was just his attitude. You know, the way because he was he carries himself like he's won 6 Super Bowls and stuff.
He really does.
He does.
I'm gonna say that he didn't even win a national championship.
Right, and I understand why people would get mad.
You won a Heisman, but you didn't do anything in the playoffs. So what's it matter? And your name is Baker. I don't know why I said that. I actually like Baker Mayfield.
His attitude gets on my nerves, but anyway.
Yeah, he has the undeserved arrogance.
Yes.
It's not like he ever actually did. Yeah, sure, he won the Heisman, but you know what's better than a Heisman? A national championship.
I think what it was is that Richard Sherman was mad because during the coin toss, the Browns won the coin toss and got the ball, and Baker ran away from the coin toss because he's got to go get his helmet, he's got to get some throws in before he goes on offense or whatever. So I think that's what he was talking about. And he was thinking that if I tell him he ran away at the coin toss, they're not going to go find the video of him actually shaking my hand. That's what I think it was.
All right. Still, any other games we want to talk about?
Not really. The Bears lost.
NBA preseason's looking pretty decent, I suppose.
Zion Williamson scored back-to-back 29 and 27-point games.
I will give it to you. He looks nice in preseason. Let's see what he looks like in regular season.
It's the same caveat you want to give NFL players. Except
caveat?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. But
somebody got a vocab word of the day calendar?
No, toilet paper. Listen, so... What was I going to say, dog? You had me all messed up now.
Preseason...
I don't know.
Basketball?
Except I feel like it's easier to look good in basketball than it would be in football.
Before we go on to anything else, you want to talk about postseason baseball real quick?
Oh, yes, I do.
So Clayton Kershaw
is apparently a choke artist.
So for those of you that don't watch baseball,
what did you say, Clayton from Tarzan?
Yeah, choking it. So Clayton came in the 7th inning of the game 5. And
with the lead,
pitched all was up 3-1. Pitched all right in the 7th.
Struck him out.
Came out in the 8th. Gave up 2 back-to-back home runs that allowed the game to be tied.
Yeah,
it goes to extras. X goes to extras, and then the relief pitcher gives up a grand slam to lose the game. I feel like the relief pitcher gets a lot of criticism that undeserved.
See, but I didn't hear anybody talking about
a lot of people are calling them both choke artists.
No, just Clayton.
No, I've seen both.
Wow. That's crazy.
I don't understand because the guy should have never even been in the game.
Right. Clayton.
You were up 8-1. Oh, yeah, 3-1 in the 8th. Excuse me. And you gave up not only 1, but 2 back-to-back bombs. They weren't like cheap shots over the fence. It was bombs.
And I've seen starting pitchers come in and close out series before.
Yeah, it's not an uncommon thing.
No, but mostly
The Nationals did it with Scherzer, I think.
Scherzer's, and they've done it with Strasburg, and you take your starter if you.
Speaking of which, can I tell you how funny I think it is that the year after Bryce Harper leaves, they're in the second round of the playoffs?
It is unfortunate.
It's funny.
Did you know the Eagles play 3 straight road games because they don't want to have the Phillies and the Eagles play on the home games on the same weekend, and they assumed the Phillies were going to be in the playoffs, so the NFL made them go on the road for 3 weeks straight.
Really?
Yep.
Haha. Anyway, for those of you that don't really watch baseball, Clayton Kershaw is arguably one of the best regular season pitchers we've ever seen.
Ever.
His career ERA, which is an earned run average, which is how many runs he allows every start, is 2.4. That's for his career. For those of you that don't know, that's really, really good. If you can average less than 3 runs in a season, that's good. I think this year he actually averaged 3, which is still good.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if you pitch 7 innings, you only allow 3 runs. You need a grand slam to win.
Well, you need help.
In his career postseason, he has like a 4.3.
Yeah.
Which literally means he's 2 different guys.
He's literally not the same person, and he's been that way for years. This is not new.
A lot of people talk about Peyton Manning, about how which I was talking to Mo. He got like it's an unfair deal in that. Like, yeah, he didn't play well in the postseason, but look at the teams he played in the postseason. Pittsburgh, Chargers.
Pittsburgh was a wild card team the year they won.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, yeah, sure, he didn't play well, but you're also playing against top flight teams.
Yeah.
But anyway, not trying to excuse Peyton. He didn't play well a lot. Single-handedly lost the Super Bowl to the Saints.
Yes, through the interception.
But Clayton I don't know what it is. It doesn't seem like as soon as the playoffs started, he's a different guy.
Yeah. Is it the pressure? You think he's trying too hard?
Could be.
I think pitching is an easy way to.
I don't understand why you bring him out. If you know he has troubles in the playoffs, why are you bringing him out? I don't understand.
And even if you think he has troubles, whether that or not, he in theory is your best player, regardless of time. So my thought process is you might need him to close the game, but you are up 3-1. If you were like 3-4,
I don't know what.
Or I don't know what needed to get them out to get you the win the game or something.
Like top of the 9th, and you need to make sure you get to the bottom.
Right.
Of the 9th. I don't know what their bullpen looks like. I'm not a Dodgers fan, so I don't really pay attention. But maybe they don't have any late game guys that they really trust to go out there. But it's a 3-1 lead.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Personally, if I'm the manager, Clayton doesn't touch the field.
No.
Until his next start.
Right. And even then, so he closes out the game, but he can't start you game 1.
Right.
So then he
could.
Down, he might. Maybe. He depends on when it starts.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. I think it's a mistake. I think the manager dropped the ball. Clayton Kershaw dropped the ball, obviously.
Yeah, he dropped it right in the middle of the plate.
But one of the home runs that he had, it was a decent pitch. The batter just beat him. But the second one, the back to back of it, that was a meatball. You could have hit that out, Doug. Although I don't know, because hitting a baseball to me is still
it's the hardest thing in
sports. There's a couple things I wanted to talk about before we get into the WWE, if you don't mind.
Fella.
The XFL's draft is October 15th.
Okay, that's this week.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little intrigued. I don't know how well they're going to do. Like, as far as, because at least this time they're smart and they're not going to try to go head to head with the NFL.
Yeah, bad idea.
And the only reason that I know that was because I was scrolling through Instagram and apparently T.O. was rumored.
No way.
But it's already been disproven.
Okay.
But I saw that and I was like, oh, okay. And then a little marathon. Did you see that guy with the marathon?
Oh, the first dude ever to run a marathon, the full 26.2 miles in less than 2 hours.
And he beat it by almost 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're running, that's an eternity.
Doesn't sound like a lot, bro. He ran 26 miles in an hour I
wonder what his mile time is.
So.
Or is he one of those guys that's, because I know there's a difference between short and long, like the distance.
Yeah, short distance and long distance.
No, I mean like just because you can do a long distance in a short amount of time doesn't mean you're good at. He's good at pacing himself, whereas like he's not fast.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Sorry, that was a bad way to say it. But.
I don't know. I was trying to. I can't do that kind of math in my head. But what I do know is to run. I forget the first guy. They're like years and years ago. It was thought to impossible to run a mile under 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then somebody ran it in 3:59.
Yeah.
So I think what's a 6-minute mile times 26? We can do this.
Would it be 6
It has to be like a
6
5
times
minute mile.
26.
Yeah.
Divide that by 60. 2.6. If he ran every mile at the same pace, though.
Right, but
that's what I'm saying.
He ran he averaged a sub 6-minute mile.
Yeah.
For 26.2 miles. That's crazy.
So what's up with? He's Kenyan? Is it Kenyan?
Yeah.
What is up with African runners?
They've been chasing those chickens all over trying to get dinner, dog.
Man.
You know chickens could run forever?
Yeah.
That's. Anyway, that was in poor taste. I'm just saying.
That was just a little. I try to mix up the sports.
Right. That's
marathons
amazing.
and stuff like that. Like track and field. That was never anything I was interested in school.
Track and field, though.
Mainly because I was always one of those kids that if there wasn't a ball involved, I didn't want to go running.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I understand that. I'm like that now.
So you want to talk about? Before we get to the WWE, I, as of right now, just left the movies 2 hours ago.
Please tell me about it.
I went and saw the Joker movie. That is one. Oh, first of all, if you do not like graphic violence, spoiler alert, don't go watch this movie.
That's not a spoiler.
No, I'm saying there might be kind of spoiler-ish in what I'm about to say. But yeah, if you don't like graphic violence, don't go watch this movie. Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah?
Wow. Like,
say it.
Better than Heath Ledger.
Whoa.
In certain aspects. It's a different take on the character.
Sure, for sure.
You know what broke my heart? Been 11 years. Yeah. Yeah.
R.I.P.
I don't want to say he's better than Heath Ledger, but like his take? So essentially the way I look at it, you could pretty much tell this from the synopsis and the trailer and all that.
Yeah.
It's essentially a social commentary on what happens to the mentally disabled in our country. They get pushed to the wayside, kind of forgotten about. Nobody cares about them. This is to the extreme.
Really, I've heard
it's kind of spoilery.
Well, you said spoiler alert. So.
You do see Bruce.
Really? Interesting.
They interact.
Really?
A couple times.
You have piqued my interest, my friend.
It's a good movie.
Yeah?
It's one of the best movies I've seen in a really long time.
Yeah, you're a biased.
No, but I'm telling you. I will say this.
Somebody tried to compare it to Endgame, though. That's not even fair.
It's better than Endgame.
Okay, well, that's...
Go watch it.
Doesn't take much, but anyway.
It's social. There are moments where you're like, okay, this is kind of awkward. But if you're good at just shutting up and watching a movie, which sometimes it's hard for me.
Ooh, I'm not good at that.
But I watched it, and there are certain aspects you're like, wait, that doesn't make any sense, and then it tells you, you're like, well, just wait, and then you're like, whoa! There's so many turns in this movie, you don't know where it's going, and still to right now, I don't know what really happened. You have to go see it. So essentially, for those of you who don't, it's a Joker origin story, which up until now, like unless you count like the Killing Joke and all that, there really isn't one. His name is Arthur. I can't remember what his last name is.
Blank.
Penny. No,
is the owner of the car.
No, Arthur starts with an F. Anyway, his mom's name is Penny. Sorry.
Fleming.
No. But it's intriguing.
I'm excited.
It kind of mixes fan theory, not fan, maybe fan theory, and the Joe Cool story where he wants to be a comic.
Yeah,
but
Joe Cool was the comic I was thinking.
But he's not great.
Well,
and somebody's in this movie I didn't know. Did you know Robert De Niro's in this movie?
Really?
Yeah. Showed up and I was like, oh, hey.
Hey there, Robert.
They meet.
Robbie boy. Is he the old Joker? Yeah, I did know Robert De Niro was. He's the stage host.
Yeah. I can't remember what his name is, but it's essentially David Letterman.
Yes.
This movie is fantastic.
I'm glad to hear that because I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. Especially, I think that societal look at...
People don't like it.
Right.
And it's true, because essentially, so, I don't know why, but he's seeing a shrink. Actually, yeah, I do, because he was in a mental institution. And, like, this is, like, his contingent on not being in there. And they close it down.
The mental institution or the shrink?
The shrink. It's like a...
Let me try that again. The mental institution...
like a public free type of... This is where he goes to get his pills. He has to go talk to the shrink type of thing. Like, I'm going to say how. Maybe like halfway through the movie. They close it. And it really is. Like, he has his speech towards the end of the movie where he literally says that. He's like, this is what I am what happens when you take a loner, mentally disabled, or not disabled, I guess you could say disabled, deranged person, and you just leave them alone. You just cast them aside. Yeah, he literally says that, not verbatim, but essentially.
That's crazy.
And like, see that the story of it, like the overarching reasons why he finally snaps. It's pretty good. Oh, it explains his laugh. It explains where he got his name from. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like, there's
the sad part is it's a standalone film.
The trailer. I don't know who directed it, but wow.
I'm
like I said, if you're not a fan of graphic, like there's no real nudity or anything like that, no sex or anything like that.
Worse violence than Deadpool.
Yes, because it's not to that cartoonish level that
funny.
Deadpool is. No, it's serious as shit. It's one of those ones where you root for him. Like, it makes you root for the villain because of what he goes through.
See, but you're one of those people who likes that shit.
Yeah, you're going to like it because you're going to see the movie and you're going to realize everything that happens, he snaps for a good reason.
Sure, absolutely.
Although he does... Anyway, if you are a fan of Batman or if you're a fan of comics and you can stomach... Like, legit... Like the murders feel...
Is it like torture-y stuff?
No, it's just graphic.
All right.
Like the gunshots feel real, stabbings feel real. Like, it feels real.
Absolutely.
Like when Deadpool cuts somebody's head off, it doesn't feel real.
Right.
This feels real.
All right. I am excited to hear that.
I definitely feel like if you like comic books, go watch this movie. Right. I do agree with you though, but I was talking to Jordan, who is a friend of ours, who's who I want to watch the movie with.
You hear us ever reference the Hokage?
Yeah, he all because he's just great at a Naruto game.
Yeah,
never plays, but he's great when he plays.
I miss that game.
Yeah, I do too. Even though I sucked at it. I said, what a great way to set up without setting up a darker Batman franchise. Because you've already got your new Batman, Robert Pattinson. What a good... Yeah, I know.
Forgot. Oh,
but,
wow.
But you know what? I say that, I really do, because you automatically think of the Twilight franchise.
Right, which isn't fair.
But he came out and outspokenly said, oh, I hate those movies.
Bro, he hates them.
He said he would much rather be Cedric Diggory...
Yes.
Than R.I.P. Than Edward Cullen.
Yes.
Yeah, because Twilight is terrible.
Yeah.
The only I stomached and I read those books.
You and me both, fella. But
did you finish it and you were like, I need a boyfriend?
No.
That's what I felt like.
I felt like
because that's the only thing that book tells you is you need a boyfriend. You need a vampire boyfriend that is weird as shit.
I read them because sparkles. Girls liked it.
Yep, that's exactly why I read it. Yep.
Yeah. I read a lot of books that.
And then I sat down and watched the first movie. I'm like, good God,
the first movie.
This is they're all awful.
Well,
I only saw the first two, but still.
So it's time. We're going to descend into madness.
Go ahead and tune out if you want. It's WWE time.
Look, if you want to, you can pick us up next week. But we're going to talk about the wrestling. So
they did a draft this year.
No,
this
we're
week.
going to start at Hell in the Cell.
Oh, you were talking about Bray Wyatt getting screwed over?
Yeah,
bro. If you Google Hell in a Cell. If you Google a Hell in a Cell match, it literally says in the rules that there's no such thing as a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell.
He didn't get disqualified.
The ref called it off. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But it's not technically a disqualification.
Same thing.
It's a no contest.
Same thing.
It's not.
It shouldn't have happened.
I 100% agree.
But what happened Friday explains why they did that, because they knew Bray wasn't going to be on Raw anymore.
Seth Rollins...
They knew he wasn't going to be on Raw anymore. So they couldn't give him the belt. Either you were going to do the old switcheroo and put him on SmackDown as the champ, as Bray as the champion, and then bring Brock back to Raw, which please don't bring him back to Raw. You can keep him on shit SmackDown.
Listen, let's go all...
Team Raw!
It's same. But that's why I'm mad the Fiend's not on Raw. Now I have to be a SmackDown fan.
No, because if you take him off Raw, he has more of an opportunity to thrive, I think, in my opinion. Because Raw, they're so focused on like 3 people. It's Seth Rollins, it was Brock Lesnar, and when Roman was there.
But now Roman and the Fiend are on SmackDown.
Good, and keep doing what Roman's doing. He's doing dumb shit.
Leave Roman alone. First of all,
teaming up with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And
listen, so my favorite wrestler was Roman Reigns.
It's the Fiend now.
It's the Fiend now. And
I'm so glad you.
The Fiend is so cool.
I'm so glad you turned it.
But they've been building this Fiend guy up for 6 to 8 months, bro.
And they almost threw it away at Hell in a Cell.
They were this close. So what happened was they've fallen in love with the Fiend is a horror movie character.
Yeah.
Come to life. Okay?
Yeah.
So what they did was they're in the Hell in a Cell and they're going back and forth, and at first Seth's not doing anything, and then Cell starts mounting offense, and he hits him with a kendo stick. And Bray just grabs it in his arm and looks at him, and then he hits him with something else, and Bray just shakes it off, and then he hits a curb stomp, and Bray gets up. And then he hits him with a curb stomp. He hit 20 curb stomps in that match.
So gross.
He hit a pedigree, so he kicked it out of the pedigree at 1.
Good.
Which is like he's no-selling all these things. And then Bray
They probably told him to.
No shit. I'm just saying.
Well, when you say no-sell, that means something different. No-sell means the wrestler himself is doing that, whereas like instead of being told to. Like, for instance, have you ever seen the match... the ridiculous match. And if you have, you know what I'm talking about. Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels, when Shawn is literally bouncing around all the ring every time he does something. That was overselling. If you no-sell something, it's the reason why Brock punched Braun square in the face in real life.
Oh, because he didn't.
He wasn't selling it. No-selling it means like you literally would. If you say you took a chokeslam and you popped up,
right?
That's no-selling. But I know you're saying what you're saying is everything he was doing was having no effect.
Right, and then
what should have been the case.
Right, I agree. And then what they did was, so Seth was getting frustrated, so he got a ladder and hit him with that. And then he put Bray opened the ladder and closed it on him, and he hit the ladder with a chair, and that didn't work. So he put the chair in the ladder, and then he put a toolbox in the ladder, and he just stacked up this pile of shit on Bray's head. Then he went and got the sledgehammer, which earlier in the match, Bray had a giant comical sledgehammer that he uses in the Firefly Funhouse. Right?
What are you talking about?
And he beat Seth with it. No problem. So then Seth has this pile of shit on Bray's head, and he gets the sledgehammer, and the refs plead, no, Seth, this isn't you, don't do it. Seth hits him with the sledgehammer. Ref no calls the match, right? They're checking Bray, and like Seth's standing over him, and Bray sits up, gets him in the mandible claw. Seth starts choking up blood. He hits him with the Sister Abigail on the chain and disappears.
Good.
So they were.
So they're still building this mythology around him.
Yes, he can't. Okay, but here's my thing, right?
They didn't kill it.
Here's the thing. How do you watch Bray Wyatt get pinned for the 1, 2, 3?
You don't.
He got hit with a ladder. He got hit with all this stuff. How am I supposed to believe that he can be beaten?
That's it. You don't. Think about it, Undertaker. Do you ever really believe Undertaker's going to lose?
No, but
exactly. I think that's literally what they're going for.
Did you know? So
Taker's pretty much done, bro.
He has to be. Vince, the original finish.
I haven't heard this. Go ahead, please.
You didn't know? Okay,
No.
So what they were going to do was similar circumstance. They get to the top, and Bray takes the bump off the top of the cage like old boy did back in the day.
Mankind?
Yeah. And they were going to have him... That was going to be they were going to call it off there because he's too hurt. Then he comes back, he sits up and he defeats Seth. But the match was called off because he was like dead.
They don't want to do that anymore because that is dangerous.
Yeah, he literally almost actually died.
Mick Foley?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He only almost died when he fucking came back and went through the ring. He's a fucking psycho.
They were going to do one of those, like the fall off the top of the cage. That's the bump.
That's a dangerous fall because if his momentum takes him too far or not far enough, bro, he's hitting floor.
Yeah, and not the table. So
the table was everything to that fall.
That was when all the shenanigans started.
And then Raw came.
I
didn't see what happened on Raw.
Raw was pretty much quiet. They didn't mention anything about the pay-per-view.
Of course they didn't, because people were pissed.
Yeah, they're mad as hell.
People were chanting AEW, which is the new startup.
The new startup rival was just doing well.
You said restart the match. They were chanting.
When Seth started mounting off, it said like restart the match, or it was when Bray got up. One of the two. They were chanting for him to. They were chanting.
So essentially, the whole reason that he lost was because they didn't want to take the belt off Bray,
right? Or off Seth. Because they had a draft.
They knew ahead of time, like you said.
Right?
Didn't Fox said?
Yeah, Fox said they wanted the Fiend, and so
maybe Fox will do it right. Maybe they'll put the belt on him.
No, because Brock has it.
Speaking of which, what the hell is up with Cain Velasquez showing up?
Cain signed a multi-year deal with WWE.
I don't like it. He can't even speak English.
That's aggressive.
No, I didn't mean it to be. So you're going to have a Paul Heyman-esque advocate? I don't even like that Brock can't talk.
Brock mainly can't because talk, he's just bad at it.
That's what I mean. Like, wrestling's not just what you do in the ring.
I agree.
It's also on the mic.
But so they had a draft tonight. The first pick of the draft, SmackDown or Raw, was going to go to the winner of Roman versus Seth.
Which, by the way, I don't think I like Seth anymore.
Why?
Did you see any of the match?
Yeah, it looked good.
No. The whole burn it down. It was so stupid. He's like stomping on the mat, talking about, and then the crowd starts saying burn it down.
Yeah.
It's gross. And then he did it, and then Roman like reversed it, blah, blah, blah. And so he's in the corner right before Bray shows up, and he's doing it again. Burn it down. That's stupid.
But then Bray does show up, right?
Yeah.
So the match doesn't get resolved because Bray Wyatt shows up. He comes out of the floor he cuts a hole in the ring.
He Undertaker's the shit out of it.
He comes up, grabs him in the mandible claw, and pulls his ass down. The only problem I have is that he lets Seth back up through the hole.
Yeah, so he could do a little peekaboo.
And then Bray comes up through the hole and he just eyeballs him, and then he like teleports to the front, which is really cool.
I'm telling you, I'm excited.
But anyway, so Raw got SmackDown got the first pick.
You can't pit Brock versus Bray. You can't do that.
I know.
Doesn't work.
No.
So you need to take the belt off Brock first.
How?
I don't know. Oh, Braun also went to SmackDown too?
Yeah.
Roman. They need to reform the Wyatt family.
No.
Yeah. No, but just him and Braun. No, because it wouldn't work anymore.
The Fiend and Bray. Because Bray was the cult leader.
Bray needs to stay solo.
Luke Harper's back too.
They're talking about letting him go.
Yeah, I don't know why they're mad at him.
I don't know. Him and Eric Rowan are a good tag team.
They're real good. And,
Bludgeon Brothers? Come on.
But anyway, so SmackDown, I know it's a new startup, but SmackDown gets Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman.
I guarantee that was contingent on the deal. Like you're not gonna give us SmackDown and not give us some star power.
That's for sure. Because I'll watch Friday Night SmackDown for the Fiend, man.
I'm so disappointed.
Oh, and The Rock showed up last week?
Yeah, Rock Bottom, Baron Corbin.
Did you know Baron Corbin is 6'8"?
Yeah, and he looked like a bitch next to The Rock.
That's a fact, but I didn't realize he was so tall.
I don't know. The wrestling, it seems like the WWE right now is panicking.
They are. But here's the thing.
You know why?
Now's not the time to be doing new shit.
You're right. They need to go back to what worked. And this has been the problem with the WWE for the longest time. They get all this talent, then they have too much, and then they do them all wrong, to where you only have like 3 guys.
Right. And
that's why they lost Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Because they pushed Roman Reigns, and they pushed Seth Rollins, and then when they finally pushed Dean, they did a shit job, and he had one of the worst title runs.
Yeah. You shouldn't have had... There had to have been a better way to handle the Fiend and Seth Rollins. There had to be.
Yeah, don't book it. You know how many people I've seen say that?
If you knew that
don't book it. Have him do what he was doing. Show up, bully a random person. You know, that's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then have him show up.
Like the mandible claw.
Imagine if the first time he shows up like that, not against Seth, but when they're fighting like that, and he just takes out one of them. Takes out Raw so that SmackDown gets the first pick. Because he's already on SmackDown. Yeah. Or takes out Raw so that SmackDown could take him with the first pick. Whatever you want to do. I just think they're at risk. They saved themselves on SmackDown. They did. But they're at risk for fucking it up.
Maybe not because he's on SmackDown?
I hope that they do him justice. He's one of the most interesting characters in wrestling I've seen in a really long time.
Since The Undertaker disappeared. I mean, for real.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like 3 years ago when he lost to Roman. I'm talking about like when The Undertaker was like...
Yeah, when he was still wrestling on a consistent basis.
Like The Undertaker...
Not this like 3 pay-per-views a year maybe.
Right, and like imagine like when that gong would hit when you're a kid, there's nothing like it.
It still hits me now.
Right, to this day, I'll watch an Undertaker match and get goosebumps.
Yeah.
So like, The Fiend is kind of giving me that hit from back in the day, and I'm not usually a creepy clown guy, but he looks so cool, man.
The contacts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah.
And I wanted to be a title, but I think they're not going to give him the title the same way they didn't give The Undertaker the title.
I think Taker only had like
5?
Not even. It might have been like 3 title reigns,
and
none of them were long either.
No, but you knew who the guy was. You know what I mean? Like if The Undertaker showed up, you thought he was going to win.
Here's how Bray can lose. Bray is not allowed to lose clean.
No.
He can't get beat like that. No. If you're going to have Bray lose, fine, but somebody's got to interfere. Somebody's got to do something so where you can't have him lose clean. Because if you have him lose clean, he loses all momentum.
All of it.
But this is what they've done to Bray his whole time in WWE.
I know.
And I think that's why if they're not going to use him right, let him walk. And I think that's why they won't let him walk. Because if he goes to AEW and they let him... The thing I like about AEW is they're letting people be people. Hey, what do you want to do with your character? Go have fun.
Sure.
Look what they've done, for instance, to Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes, who founded the AEW, or at least helped.
Really? I didn't know that.
So, Cody and Dustin are the sons of Dusty Rhodes. So, for those of you that obviously don't know, Dustin Rhodes is Goldust, or was for the longest time. So what they did with Cody is they wanted to make him Stardust. It's like they want to make a little tag team, and Cody was like, I don't want to do this. This is stupid. I don't want to do this. And they were like, no, you're going to keep doing it. So he did it for a while, and I'll be honest, he made the character. He did the best with he could with it. And he told him, he said, look, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. And they're like, well, you're going to do it. And he's like, all right, well, then I want out. And that's why he left. Cody is a damn good wrestler.
He is.
And for those of you that watched wrestling, like remember when he was part of Legacy, and when he had the face mask on, he's a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
On and off, in and out of the ring, I should say. He's damn good. So he left because AEW promised him that he do what you want to do. Same thing for Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
The thing about WWE right now is you're going to be what they want you to be, versus letting you like back in the day, Stone Cold. He used to be part of the Hollywood Blondes. He used to have hair, and he cut all that off.
Wait.
Yeah.
Stone Cold had hair?
Yeah, when he was in the WCW.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and he shed all that persona, and he was birthed Stone Cold. And that's the instance where letting the wrestler change his persona and play. It's the same thing I think Triple H did too when he joined DX. He was Hunter Hearst Helmsley when he first came out, and he did a bow, and it was gross. But then he evolved into the game. You got to let wrestlers evolve their own. Stop trying to control everybody. You know what I mean? The WWE is going to be their own downfall if they don't change their ways. And the first way they need to do, tell Vince to shut the fuck up.
Get him out, man.
Let Triple H take control.
Yes.
And just shut up.
He doesn't have to sell it. He just has to stop running
Triple H has been running NXT since its inception. And
NXT
everyone
got destroyed this week in ratings, though.
Everyone said, yeah, because them putting it on TV is not going to work.
No. NXT's your G League.
Essentially what they're doing, see, what they used to do was it was just pay-per-views.
Okay.
NXT used to be pay-per-views. You didn't need to be on TV all the time.
No.
And now all they're trying to do is they're trying to put as much on TV as possible because they're afraid about AEW. I don't care what they say, they're afraid.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not going to say they're going to lose because they beat WCW back in the day. Although WCW imploded. They were paying everybody way too much money. They were broke. That's why they got bought. They were going to lose regardless because Vince had more money.
Right.
But essentially, you just got to get Vince out of there. Because Triple H has been running NXT fine. And then when he gets to when their wrestlers get to the big show, for instance, Finn Balor. Finn Balor was huge in NXT. He got to the show, they fucked him up, and then they tried to push him too fast. He won the belt, got hurt, and then that was it after that.
Yep.
And now he's back. Now he's back in NXT.
Yeah.
That's all I didn't understand.
He went back to NXT to be on TV.
That so he could evolve his character some more, get back to what he was before.
I have such high hopes, and maybe I shouldn't, but man, I just love that character, and
I think with the Fiend moving to SmackDown, that's the best move for him.
I agree. I didn't at first, but you've convinced me that that's the right way.
Because as long as Seth Rollins is on there, and if they mess up and put the belt on Roman, and then you have to be very, very selective with who you put up against. The same with the Undertaker. Because like when Brock beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania, it made sense though.
Yeah.
If anybody was going to do it,
was Brock
Lesnar. Could you imagine if Seth Rollins would have beat him?
I didn't like
if Roman was the first one to beat him.
No.
But he was 21-1 or 23-1 at that point. You're like, if he loses, it doesn't matter anymore.
Right, but the streak.
But when Brock broke the streak, it felt like you're like, okay, I get it.
Look, I know we've talked about this before, but when Paul Heyman tells the story about Brock,
when he shoots off, the whole conspiracy theory that Brock essentially beat the Undertaker regardless. I personally believe the Undertaker was out on his feet.
He was,
and they changed it and had him lose.
I think you're right.
I don't think it was Brock went out there and beat him. No, because Brock has this shitty exterior and all that, but at the end of the day, WWE's never done him wrong, so I guarantee he's a company man.
No, he is.
So he's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything to piss off Triple H and Vince McMahon.
But can I believe it in my heart?
Oh, sure, for sure. But I don't buy it.
Listen,
it's interesting. It makes it interesting.
If you heard Paul Heyman talk and tell stories,
you never listened to Paul Heyman. Period.
Go listen to it.
I'm going to say this. I think Paul Heyman, not only does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame,
oh yeah,
but it's more impressive that he's not a wrestler.
100%. Paul Heyman is so good on the mic.
Mike, you listen to him when he used to sit behind the broadcast table because when they first bought the ECW, he was sat down and he was behind there. Everything about Paul Heyman. It's the same thing for Eric Bischoff. He was an asshole. Damn, was he entertaining.
I hated Eric Bischoff.
I did too, but
you're supposed to.
Yeah,
I know.
He's not like Triple H when you were supposed to hate Triple H, but you still loved him.
No, I always hate Triple H.
He's a good bad guy though.
He is a great bad guy.
Edge. Good bad guy?
I love Edge. He's coming back, bro.
No, he's not.
What?
He can't. He's got narrowing of the spinal column.
Oh.
That's the whole reason why he retired.
Coach had that.
It's the whole reason why he retired. Essentially, so that match, the TLC match, the original, when he speared Jeff Hardy off there, he fucked his spine up. He fucked I think he broke his neck or something. And do you ever watch his retirement speech? He said, when they put that rod in, they told me, you're wrestling on borrowed time. Eventually, you're going to be done. And I'm not, when I tell you, I watched his retirement speech live. When I tell you I teared up, because I love
he tears up at everything.
Yeah, I do. But you lose that kayfabe.
Yeah. And
you're looking at Adam Copeland, and you're like, he's really speaking from the heart right now.
Yeah.
Retirement speeches get me every time.
On Raw?
Yeah.
Gross.
Raw got more picks, but let me know that it's a 3-hour show.
Then there's more picks on Monday.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not done. But the reason so every round Raw got 3, SmackDown got 2 picks. Because Raw is a 3-hour show, SmackDown's a 2-hour show.
So they get a pick per hour.
Right.
Okay. That makes sense.
They have more hours, they have more time to fill. I tell you what, I don't care about Raw anymore, dog. The only thing I want to watch is SmackDown. I want to watch The Fiend. Roman stories right now are pretty decent.
Right now, like they've got, the Crown Jewel's coming.
Yeah, let's talk about Crown Jewel real quick.
Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar. Which
is not believable in my heart.
I don't care about that at all. Although Brock did sell that he was intimidated by Cain Velasquez coming down.
Yeah, you know why? Because he really is. Cain Velasquez beat the crap out of Brock Lesnar in real life. Not in the WWE.
And then you got that, and then you got Braun versus Tyson Fury, which is stupid. If Braun says one more time, catch these hands.
I told you, bro.
So stupid.
That's all he said.
That's the only 2 matches that I know of for right now for Crown Jewel.
They're the only ones that don't matter.
And then I know certain wrestlers won't do it. Certain wrestlers won't. Speaking of wrestling, you seen the people are freaking out about the wrestling game? The roster?
No.
People are not a fan.
Really?
I read it. Stone Cold's not on there, which doesn't make any sense because I saw a preview with him in it.
Really?
I know he's in it. Yeah. They literally, comicbook.com, which confused me because I was like, why are you doing
They do a lot of stuff, but
yeah.
anyway.
But, did a breakdown, and yeah, Stone Cold wasn't on there. There was a couple other legends that were missing. Although I get it, naming the rights and shit like that.
They want to make you buy it in DLC, dog.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. But I get it. It's a 2K game, of course.
That's a fact.
Microtransactions are just a part of video games we need to accept
It's
now.
an EA game. That's what it boils down to.
No, it's not. It's a 2K game.
Oh. EA and 2K do that too, don't they?
Yeah. VC?
Yeah.
That's why 2K career mode's a fucking joke now.
It's true.
They don't try anymore. It's the same thing for Madden and franchise mode. It's a joke now.
So sad. Why is franchise mode so good in 2K?
I don't know, but it is.
It's so
like
good.
It's not even a competition.
We haven't done that in a long time, bro.
I know.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Jason Malik. Those are our alter egos. The grossest duo in NBA history.
That's a fact.
Come at me, Jordan and Pippen.
Jordan, anybody.
Anybody and anybody.
I love the WWE. It's so stupid. Anyway.
I love that we get so passionate about shit that's scripted. But
we were just talking about a movie. It's the same.
It's true. But this one's more like sports entertainment, where it's supposed to feel real, but you get a glimpse behind things, and especially
I thought it was real for so. I mean, every kid
did. Do you remember when you found out it was fake?
Yes.
What happened?
So I was watching it. My grandpa had planted seeds.
He tried to tell you without telling you.
Kinda. Booker T was King Booker.
King Booker.
He's like, I hate King Booker. He's such a terrible character. And I was like, Dad, that's King Booker. What are you character? What are you talking about? And then the next week, I remember somebody taking a bump. They were outside the ropes, and he got super kicked. And they played it back in slow motion, and you watch him turn, look where he's supposed to jump, and then he jumped off. And I was like,
"Bro, I'll beat you one. All right, you ready?" It was Jeff Hardy versus John Morrison. I know the exact match.
I remember those two.
So
John Morrison was part of Eminem, right?
Yeah, he's coming back.
Really?
Yeah, they signed him. Yeah, they signed him. Which is interesting because he's a damn good wrestler too.
He was.
He got hit with so Jeff Hardy did that
the Swanton?
Whisper in the Wind.
Oh, okay.
To set up the Swanton, right? He hit him with the Whisper in the Wind, bro. If you pay attention on that match, you could literally see John Morrison look up, scoot on the mat, and get in position for a Swanton bomb. And I was like, oh gosh. Damn it, this is fake as shit.
I stopped watching for a little while after I found out.
It took me a long time to figure out how they make that snap noise when they super kick. Mm-hmm. Just a slap on the leg.
Slap on the thigh. They stomp when they punch.
Why does everyone do a super kick now?
There are different variations of a super kick.
Here's another one. So, when DX reformed the last time, when they were doing the Spirit Squad, you remember that shit?
Yes.
So, I was watching a video the other day of, surprise rescues from other superstars, and it was that one. And when HBK comes out and super kicks, he kicks dude in the chest.
Yeah.
That's not a sweet chin music. That's a sweet chest music.
Oh, man. The spear. That's still the best finisher, in my opinion.
Especially some of them, like Goldberg's.
Goldberg's got the best.
Goldberg literally looks like he rips you in half.
It's great. The RKO, totally unrealistic as an
actual for sure.
I love it.
Stunner?
Yeah.
Arguably the best finisher of all time. Only hurts you. Come on.
The freaking...
People's elbow? Who's going to lay there that long? All right. Here it comes.
My wife called it the Rock was... There was a still frame of The Rock on the TV. And she was like, oh, look at the people's eyebrow. I was like, babe, look at you go. And I was trying to explain to her how stupid The Rock's combo was. The rock bottom into the people's elbow. And she's like, why are we talking about this?
So... Interesting fact about the eyebrow, and I guess we could probably end this. So, when I was a kid, I would literally lay in bed.
Try to get it?
And that's why I can get it, yeah.
Can you do both?
No, I can only do this one. Because I would literally,
well, you can do the
I would push one down, and I would pick it up to try to make the muscles, and it worked.
Anyway, our co-host didn't make it.
She's out.
She's asleep.
But she signs off for the both of us.
She does sign off. hopefully you can hear me. I'm kind of far from the mic because she's sleeping on my chest right now. But
oh, you're really quiet.
Anyway,
follow us on Facebook at Flexin Nerd Podcast.
YouTube.
Yep. Twitter.
Hey, listen, I just want a small aside here. Mike Golick, if you ever hear this.
Mike Golick, I want you to know, I've listened to so much Mike and Mike. If you actually for real hear this, I'm a huge fan. Regardless if you plug us or
you don't have to
enjoy it.
You don't even have to like it. You can think we're two assholes. The fact that you took time out of your day to listen is unbelievable. We seriously... Mike and Mike is probably part of an inspiration of why I do this.
Oh, for sure.
I loved Mike and Mike. My mom and I would listen to it every day on the way to school.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. I worked third shift, and I'd listen to him every morning on the way home.
Yep. There's something about the classic, and I know it's not the same way anymore, but you guys are fantastic. I listen to your show when I can. So if you happen to hear this someday, thank you for even taking time out of your day. That's all. You don't even have to say nothing about it. I just appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't need anything.
Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later.
Later.